All right, so we're diving deep today, getting into something I think a lot of you have been asking about, the Iberian wolf, right?
Yeah.
Super interesting subspecies.
Definitely. Yeah, lots to unpack with these guys.
Yeah, tons. And we're taking all our info today from an excerpt called, let me see here, the Iberian Wolf, Canis lucus signatus, colon, a symbol of wilderness and conservation challenges. So pretty dense title, but hey, we're going to break it all down, make it fun.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a really fascinating story.
It is. So one of the things that jumps out like right away is this whole black stripe thing. Apparently these Iberian wolves, they have this black stripe on their front legs.
That's right. Yeah. Pretty unique, not something you see on like the regular gray wolves, up north and all.
I know, right? It's like their own little fashion statement.
Haha, yeah. But actually, it probably helps them blend in, those Iberian forests, lots of shadows and whatnot.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Camouflage is key. Now, speaking of differences, the excerpt mentions they're a bit smaller than their northern cousins. So does that mean like they're not as good at hunting or?
Oh, no, not at all. They might be smaller, but they've totally adapted to, what they got. Like their prey, deer, wild boar, they're pros at taking those guys down.
Yeah. How so?
Well, the pack structure is super interesting. They're like ridiculously cooperative hunters, real teamwork going on.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, you'll see some wolves distract the prey, right? And then bam, ambush from the sides. It's a whole coordinated thing.
Whoa, that's kind of intense.
It is. Nature's not messing around.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So what about their communication? Because the excerpt mentioned it's like crazy complex.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're howls. They're not just howling for fun,
Right.
There's meaning there. Different howls for different things. Like, researchers have figured out some mean location of prey, others, like, rivals in the area, even pack member status. It's wild.
It really is like a whole hidden language.
Yeah, almost like Morse code or something.
Totally. Okay, so we've talked about, what makes them unique. But the thing is, their territory. It's gotten way smaller over time.
It has. Sad but true. A lot of it's down to, well, us, humans.
Yeah, expanding, building, all that.
Exactly. Forests become farmland, roads get built, their hunting grounds are just shrinking and shrinking. Plus, they end up isolated, can't move around as easily.
Right. And that brings us to, well, the whole human-wolf conflict thing. Like
Yeah.
farmers, livestock. It's been a problem for ages, hasn't it?
Definitely a long history there.
Yeah.
You have wolves occasionally preying on livestock. Even if it's a small part of their diet, it still causes tension.
I can imagine.
Yeah. And in the 20th century, you saw a lot of persecution because of it. Hunting, poison, traps. It almost wiped them out completely.
That's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
It's crazy how like our actions can have those ripple effects. But hey, at least conservation efforts have been helping, right?
They have, thankfully. So Spain, they started protecting wolves north of the Duero River way back in the 70s. Then, in 2021, boom, nationwide hunting ban. Portugal's had legal protection since '88, too. So things are moving, slowly but surely.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Some positive news. But then there's the whole poaching thing, right? Retaliatory killings. It's like we can't quite get it right.
It's true. It's not easy to change deeply ingrained attitudes. Some people are still scared of wolves, don't trust them. That's why education and like really working with communities is so important.
Yeah, it's a long game, isn't it?
It is. Changing hearts and minds takes time.
It does.
Yeah.
But are there like any cool solutions people are trying out to, actually make this coexistence thing work?
Oh, yeah. There are some really neat approaches, like guard dogs. Some farmers, they use these big, powerful breeds like Pyrenean Mastiffs to protect their flocks. Works like a charm.
Whoa, that's smart.
Right. Then there's electric fencing, keeps the wolves out. And in some places, they've got compensation programs. So if a farmer loses livestock, they get reimbursed. Helps ease the tension a bit.
That's pretty cool. Makes you realize, like, people are actually trying to find solutions.
Yeah.
It's encouraging. But I gotta ask, why is the Iberian wolf specifically so important? Like, why are we so focused on saving them?
Well, they're what we call a keystone species, top predator, and that means they're super important for keeping the whole ecosystem balanced.
Oh, right.
Yeah, think about it. If there aren't enough wolves, deer populations explode. Too many deer, they eat everything, and then bam, habitat destruction affects all kinds of plants and animals.
So saving the Iberian wolf is about saving way more than just, like, one species.
Exactly. It's about the whole intricate web of life on the Iberian Peninsula.
Crazy how it all connects, right?
It really is.
So we've gone from like the brink of extinction to partial recovery, right? Sounds like a roller coaster.
It has been.
Yeah.
But it does make you wonder, with all the development happening in the region, can humans and wolves really coexist in the long run, like truly share the landscape?
That's a really good question. Something to ponder.
Definitely.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground here. Learned about their unique traits, the struggles they face, and why they matter so much to the whole ecosystem. Really appreciate you taking the time to break all this down for us.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Always happy to talk wolves.
It shows. All right, folks, that's a wrap on our deep dive into the Iberian wolf. Definitely a story that makes you think, doesn't it?